Whoa! I guess we need to do the intro for everybody coming in from over the stream. Here we coming now.
Woo!
Wait a minute. One more time for the naysayers and ne'er-do-wells.
Woo!
I'm just gonna say this, man. I'm gonna say this, man. One thing that irks me, especially when you're a logical man, is when people know better and still tell a damn lie. I'm talking about you, Concrete Rose and Sister George. See, I'm gonna say it the same way I said it Sunday night. I could get if it was some broad speaking out the crack of their ass. I get that. But I can't get two women who were for years and years regulars on BGS for Women. Understand the red pill. Two married women who don't understand why a lot of men don't want to get married. Why? There's a reason why. This is the same thing that I would ask your sons. My godson's 20, my biological son is 16. Both live with me. And I had to tell them some very black pill shit before my son went off the boxing training. If she does not facilitate any benefit in your life, leave her the hell alone. I have guys, before we turned 40, were married twice. I'm sorry. I was never indoctrinated to take further abuse. I'm sorry. I was never indoctrinated. Both my mother and my father on separate occasions said, we never raised you to be henpecked by no bitch. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna do a fair amount of cussing, and I'm gonna give you very factual information and a point. Being on that live stream Sunday was a very hard choice and task. You know why? Because they knew better. They knew better. And you bring this simp ass motherfucker on there, then you bring some fat preacher up on there. But yet, here's the question you got to ask yourself. Where do men benefit in marriage? Well, you make more money. No, you just get a little bit more money because you have dependents. You're not making an extravagant amount of money. I would actually question single men really do make more because they have less responsibilities. They're able to retain more. You're right, mental agility. How are you going to complain about the red pill spaces, but you got a goddamn husband out of it? Yes, I agree with Marcus when he said marriage is a blue pill concept. Blue pill is not really an insult unless you're simping too hard. And here's the fucked up part about it. Anybody who does not tell you the pros and cons of something is not for you. They're not. Cigar of the day, Forseca. Drink of the day, Crown Royale Apple. We're going to get into this shit. Hit the like button, hit the super chat, because you know your boy's demonetized. And we're going to get into this shit. I will say this till the end of time. I don't see the practicality. Does it mean that I'm going to knock my brothers who get married? No. There's a lot of red pill men who are married because it's practical for them to be married. I don't judge them differently. But as long as you can actually make your marriage work for you and for your child and for your wife, I have no problem with it. Maybe one day if I find a woman who can get to my program, your boy will go walking down the aisle, styling and profile. Till then, I'm going to be a happy motherfucker. Marriage in today's context is not beneficial to men. Sorry. It has to be practical. Does that woman speak life into your creation? If the answer is no, get the fuck away from her. Stop convincing young men to take a fool's gambit. Stop it. And here's the worst part. You got a bunch of married men who can't seem to figure out why men aren't getting married. We hear more horror stories than success stories. And I'm saying this again. If it wasn't for the silent generation that's left and the baby boomers, the marriage rate in the Black community will be in the negative. But you want to tell young men to take a fool's gambit. You want us to marry women that are not suitable wives? The only thing we produced in the last 40 years is a bunch of baby mamas and a bunch of thug-ass niggas. You got a bunch of chicks. We're in the generation of fucking OnlyFans. We're in the generation of OnlyFans. We want to produce families, but we got OnlyFans. I want you to think about that. The snowman, for example, his wife saved his life. His wife saved his life. How many women in the Black community will see you sick and will claim they're trying to get you better, but they will cash your ass out for the insurance fee? You know how many women I know who got insurance policies or their ex-husbands and still pay it just for the day he dies? That's Black marriage. In the Black community, hold on for a second. I'm going to say some real Black pill shit. In the Black community, a Black man is worth more dead than alive. BLM, anybody? Instead of preventing police brutality, instead of telling a lot of these young Black men to join the police departments and take it over for themselves, I wonder who said that for 10 years. They're going to march around and say, Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. No. The truth is, only Black female lives matter. And this is how you know it was full of shit. It's because as soon as they got those millions, they bought houses in predominantly white neighborhoods. Where's the scholarships? But these are the type of women Concrete Rose and Sister George want you to marry. These are the type of broads they want you to marry. You want some real black pill shit? I'm going to give it to you raw. So raw. Shit, nigga, it's Monday night. Shout out to Mental Agility for the $10 holler, bro. Let's really talk about this. How many of these brothers are going to admit to you that black men are only a utility, even in their own households? How many? How many? Their mothers don't teach you. How many? You're supposed to work to your own detriment. You're supposed to burn your soul out. And all you're going to get is a bunch of snarky bitches. Let's say you buy the house, you work all these hours, stressing yourself out. You die, they don't even put a big picture over the mantle to say this is the man who started it all. It's Big Mama who gets the praise. You're right, babe. Pay all the bills while I fuck your cousin, work, and plot against you. And you know it's so disingenuous because I didn't see the first part of the video of the live stream. I only watched it when I came up there. What made it really fucked up is that they're asking questions that they already know. When black men start to have a standard, the world says, fuck you. We're supposed to marry baby mamas. We're supposed to take your attitude chicks, your fat chicks, your chicks with no credibility. You got chicks who are 35 and grandmothers. You got to understand this. And this is another black pill fact. Marriage is not important in the black community, especially not to our women. Marriage is like Birkin bags. It's fashionable just to say they were married once. Just to say I was a wife once. She doesn't want the duties of a wife. She just wants the title. You'll never hear what they say. Oh my God. That fucking show, shout out to Embrace Villainy, aka Bay. The only thing you see in the black household traditionally is being a whore, being a failure, and living in the goddamn poverty, perpetual poverty, man. Anytime you have a black mother, even on a show, tells her daughter she needs to refill the condom jar, I can't make this shit up if I tried. And I'm creative as fuck. This is what the black community has come down to: mother, child, and dysfunction. And we're supposed to marry this shit? See, I don't have any personal beef with Sister George and Concrete Rose, but I've noticed there's many of times they've been on some real bullshit, and they should know why they've been on some bullshit. I've been friends with my friends for 30 years, and we'll call each other out on our bullshit any fucking day of the week. But see, you got two married women talking that bullshit, but yet, did you act like these other women to get your fucking husbands? And I'm tired of giving women the benefit of a doubt when you can honestly see what the fuck we're talking about. See, I'm going to treat them like the court of law treat a police officer committed a crime. You're probably going to get more time because you knew better. They've been on some real bullshit. If I commit a crime, guess what they're going to do? They're going to throw the fucking book at me and bring out some fucking bats and take care of my ass mafia style. Because, nigga, you knew better. I am not going to let them slide on this shit. And yes, you think people didn't take notice on every time I was going to speak, I get interrupted? But that little bitch, whatever her name, Michelle, whatever the fuck it is, could say some outlandish, disingenuous, plain and simple lying bullshit. A quick Google search will tell you only 18% of men even get awarded their children in child custody cases. But anytime I'm going to make a point that's contrary to theirs, I get stopped and interrupted. It's very hard for me to talk to women who want to hear the truth but still wear lace fronts and weave and talk about they want to keep the conversation real. And that's no knock on them, but guess what? A man's got to be handsome enough to keep it real with them. Why? Why should I sacrifice integrity to make people feel good? Everybody loves the truth until the truth is against them. Everybody loves that shit. And here's the crazy part. And I agree with Marcus when we had our phone conversation. Some of these dudes who are married and come on these damn panels trying to talk about, well, the red pills are whining. No. The red pill actually evolved. The only reason y'all don't like the red pill is because we decided, why deal with this shit? Go elsewhere. Everybody thought we were incels till we got better looking, more submissive, more cooperative women than them. Now it's a problem. You ever notice Stella could get her groove back, but old Tyrone, he's a pervert. He's a weirdo. He's taking advantage of the fact that he's making money in a poverty state, but these the same bitches that came on Kevin's fucking channel night after night for 2 years talking about they need a high value man. Pick a struggle, motherfucker. Yeah, Courtney the Chameleon. I'm getting married. No, the fuck you aren't. Who's gonna marry that fucking dumpster heap with all that attitude? And I'm gonna get back to the point that I was making. You will criticize black men going to other countries and cultures, marrying women who are on their program as submissive and look better, but you will want a high value man. Women who look like they're garbage men of goddamn selves want a high value man. Had babies by jailbirds want a high value man. But you're the first motherfuckers when a brother marries somebody outside of his culture, she only wants you for your money. And you don't. Let me tell you a little secret. Bring your ears close to the speaker. I never met a woman that doesn't want your resources, and men are okay with it. This is what we really, here's the trick bag. We want something for what we want. We want something out of it, though. We want something that can compensate us for our resources. Here's the question. You say broads out there who question the red pill. How many broads y'all teaching out there they should make a sandwich for their men? I'm going to teach you another thing. Bring your ears closer. Every relationship you get in life is going to be what? Pro quo pro. Something for something. There's going to have to be some type of compensation. Yes. If I got married today, I expect my wife to do some shit, and she expects me to do some shit as well. Every relationship should have reciprocity. But not you. Not this American black woman. She wants one way, one-sided affection. See, you can be red pill and be married, i.e., Snowman, i.e., Kev, aka Black Men Being Brutally Honest. But this is the one thing you hear from them. Their wives more than make up what they earn. Their wives were a benefit to their life and lifestyle. See, in the black community, we still carry that old slave tradition, nigga, work till you die. Nigga, work till you fucking die so I can take your shit. The bad part about it, our women have gotten so impatient, they can't even wait till you die to take your shit. They want to divorce you now. You want a good question, a good answer to that? Look at Jada Pinkett Smith. She's a nobody without will. She couldn't get roles without will. But yet she wants to tear that man down every second just to put herself up. She's a fucking sociopath. See, this is the reason why you got to understand the chaotic nature of females. There's chaos. Because if they can't have it, they'll destroy it. And I'm going to tell you one thing. There are so many chicks out there who are jealous of their men. If their man has one iota of success above them, they want to destroy it. They want to destroy it. She wants Tupac's body, but Will Smith's money. That's the black community in a nutshell. She was willing to marry Tupac in jail, then the ultra successful Will Smith. If that's not a representation of black women, I don't know what is. She's trying to force the motherfucker to divorce her so she can get the bucks. But I keep hearing all these people, well, you know, you got to work with her. You got to pray with her. You got to, no. Would you want a pair of shoes without any soles? Well, you know, these are good shoes. All you got to do is get some soles on them. All you got to do is put the soles in. No, why can't I buy them when they already fixed? Do you want a cell phone that can't charge? Do you want a car without a fucking engine? But you expect us to date and marry broken women. This is how fucked up it is right now. If a black man doesn't want to get with a woman who has a past, he's a nobody. If a black man gets with a woman and say, "Hey, you can't wear that outside. That's too revealing," he's controlling. But when they get with simps, they don't respect them. He let me walk all around. There's no pleasing these motherfuckers. This is how ridiculous our women have become. They rather take advice from women who will never get in a relationship, but yet call women who are happily married pick-me's. But I'm sorry to tell you this, at least them women were picked. What about you? Too many of our women are in Lonelyville. Population you. Gonna question, do you think the red pill's leading men astray? Yes. Astray away from you. I'm going to say this again that a lot of people don't want to hear. When women try to guilt you into dating them, you just want younger women so you can mold them. Yes! 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 Who wants a woman that you got to fucking fight with every day, argue with every day? Like, I don't see too many brothers like, yeah, give me the woman that's going to give me a heart attack. Ooh, buddy. I want that woman that gave me a stroke. Give me that severe pain in the ass. See, we got into this thing about struggle love. Love should not be a struggle. Do you know how many guys I know who have to sit in their damn car before going into the house because they married the wrong? What did Robin Hirsch used to say? I put my ring on the wrong goddamn finger because I married the wrong goddamn bitch. I'm gonna say this, Outlaw. Do me a favor, everybody hit the like button, share this shit. If you're not subscribed, please do. If you feel inclined and you got the money to do, donate to the Cash App, because you know a nigga like me ain't getting no super chats anymore. Have you ever noticed that black women are the ones who ushered in prostitute culture, whore culture? Have you ever noticed that the women of our culture have more tattoos than the men? You ever notice that? You ever notice that they're fighting hard against mandatory DNA tests? Have you noticed that? Bitches want you to date them, but they got the face of dark side and shit. They don't even smile. You go to some of these internet dating servers, and bitches don't even smile. Bitch got a chin harder than the niggas on Delta Force. Oh, it gets even worse. It gets even worse. These chicks will call you gay because you don't want to deal with a chick who's overweight and obnoxious and insufferable, but they'll have a bunch of gay men around them doing their hair and going to clubs with them. And they wonder why black men don't want to deal with them anymore. There's an old Baltimore club mix that used to be when the clubs were popping like that. Find them, fuck them, and flee them. It's not black men who treat you like that. Think about this. It wasn't black men who propped up a lot of these transgenders. It wasn't black men who said, you know, we want to have babies outside of marriage or like that. I'm going to say some real black pill shit once again. Hit that Cash App. Y'all getting some lessons here. The same way I will say it's a woman's fault for picking a bad father, I've always said it's a man's fault for picking a bad wife. But you'll never hear it from the detractors. They'll tell you you got to work with her. No. If she's not good for you, why deal with her? That's your choice, black man. That's your folly. The same way I would tell a woman, why did you have a baby by him? Well, the baby's going to be good. Statistically, the hell he will. Everything you hear about a stat when it comes to single mothers is negative. But facts be damned in our community. I don't see the world with morality. I see it with a code. You chicks are choosing fucking single motherhood over being a wife any day because you know being a wife, you're not in control. You don't want to submit. I'll be damned to have a bitch that wants me to be on the altar with her and she can't say the word obey. And then you got that simping ass preacher up there. Well, you know you can't be broke. I would have made her say obey. I would have told her with the mic, either you say it or I leave. Hell, I'm the nigga who invented the term. Either I lead or I leave. And after she said, I'm leaving anyway, because bitch, you didn't even really want to do it. I will say this once again. People would rather believe the sensational lie over the simplistic truth any day of the week. But y'all hate women. No, we don't. Have you noticed this one concept that you must understand and comprehend? In order to complain about women, you must get women first. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, I would never marry. I saw the comments in that fucking breakdown shit. I would never marry a man like Charles because I wouldn't know you existed if you stood in front of me. I wouldn't marry you because one, you're too ugly. Two, you have a nasty attitude. See, here's the difference between Sergeant Faulkner and the rest of these broads. Here's the difference. I show my picture. What about you, bitch? Many of my thumbnails are pictures of me. What's the old song? What you see is what you get. A bear, 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 bear. But you look at this. You got a bunch of these dudes who did time in jail. Not saying you can't pay your debt to society and becoming a contributing member of it. But have you noticed a lot of these dudes get married because they got trapped into it? They needed a woman to build them up. People don't tell the whole damn story. Nobody talks about how black men should love themselves before they love a woman. Why? Because if you don't have love within, you can never put it out. You can't make a withdrawal with what you never deposited. I had an 18-year-old girl talk to my godson, and she tried to come at me saying, "Why are you not married?" And I said, "Let me ask you about your mother, women like her. Does your mother have a pleasant attitude? No, she's aggressive and mouthy. Yeah, that's why. Your mother's in my generation. Your generation, the generation of mothers that are your mother's age, they fucking suck. They fucking suck." Just like I said on the breakdown, we're not going to judge the tree by the bark. We're going to judge it by the fruit it bears. And everything you hear about raising your kids, especially your boys, as a single mother, has been nothing but abysmal failure. Instead of trying to get the best possible father, you expect black men to take on the burden of your mistakes. And you want us to fucking solidify your failures. You want us to be the duct tape men of the dating world. Well, you know, this thing's broken. Put some duct tape on it. Before you do, put that crazy glue. Good as new. But we forget one thing in life: your reputation precedes you. Man, nobody trying to mess with none of them grade D beef fucking pussy having bitches, man. Most of them chicks either warned the fuck out. If Donald Trump gets back in office, they couldn't build them fucking walls back. Fucking worn down ass, like throwing a hot dog down the Grand Canyon. Who the fuck wants to date a bitch whose pussy lips look like bed sheets? And half these bitches are being nasty as fuck with STDs. How you gonna have to douche with fucking OxyClean? Wait for it. Wait for it. But no, you know these black men are burning. Shit, they call it Hotlanta for a reason. And it's not the men who are getting the STDs, baby. That's what my man Sammy said. I wouldn't marry a guy like Charles because Charles wouldn't piss on you if you caught fire or was thirsty. That's why. That's how you know you're an egomaniac. I wouldn't marry him. Bitch, I'm the one who does the proposing, not you. I had to tell one chick, I date women who will make you delete yourself. How can, like, I'm tired of chicks looking like this, looking like fucking Skeletor. It's not fair, He-Man. Yeah. Yeah, like that. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair that every time I go to the bathroom, it smells like low tide. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. But I do have to salute our women because now it's the time of Halloween and they get to be their real selves wearing all that fucking makeup and nobody will be able to tell the difference if they're in costume or not. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all, you know. And I'm gonna tell you what's so sad that nobody wants to talk about this real black pill. This is how I know black women should be embarrassed of their actions and themselves. Anytime a guy like Saucy Santana gets up on a nationally watched, maybe globally watched award show with him and a bunch of his ilk get up there and say, Black women, you need us. We teach y'all how to dress, we teach you how to do hair, how to do makeup. And then you wonder why we can't tell the difference between you and the drag queens. Y'all just as big. Both of y'all got Super Bowl rings. I mean, some of y'all chicks even look so bad, you look like you got the UFC heavyweight championship. But we supposed to marry a bunch of broads that don't think that we deserve women who are nice, in shape, cordial, breathe life into your creations, breathe life into you, make it beneficial that we work extra hours. Let me check the cash app, you know. A lot of brothers saluting, you know. Oh man, salute to my man, electrician, man. Always faithful, man. $10 holla. Shit, I gotta do this for the two people who donated, man. You know, I gotta hit y'all with the power. Real quick, if y'all don't mind. Gotta hit y'all with the power, you know, gotta get y'all some power up in this joint, you know. You know, we know my man gets his power from electricity, aka electrician, you know.
By the power of Grayskull.
Remember when cartoons had masculinity? And shout out to the brother who donated earlier. This for you.
Now for a lesson. You may have heard these words before, but I'll teach you what they really mean. Go beyond. Plus.
And shout out to Netflix because they're coming with season 3 of He-Man. I'm not gonna lie, they showed the leak clip from the San Diego Comic Con. That one scene was fire as a motherfucker. But see, that's the one thing about growing up as an 80s kid. When our cartoons taught us masculinity, they taught us to do the right thing, even if society says do the opposite. See, that's the reason why you still have the vestiges of masculinity still here instead of us going all by the wayside. But see, I'm not allowed to talk about masculinity and what men need to be proper men. But those women will say, you're only a good man if you can do something that benefits her. Nothing that benefits yourself will benefits her. And most of the time, she wants you to benefit kids that you cannot discipline, you cannot control. If you really want that man to be your stepfather, why can't he adopt those kids? Why can't he put those kids on his taxes? Because he's obviously feeding them. Why can't he just go across their ass when they're getting out of line? And I would tell you, if I can't discipline, nothing I can't discipline, I can't provide and protect. Sorry. Sorry. Well, Roguish, to answer your question, this is where they got the punch from. Notice when we talk about masculinity and what masculinity requires from femininity, oh, it's controlling. I'm sorry. My father taught me a lot about masculinity through his triumphs and tragedies. The first thing he always taught me, you never let a chick know how much you make. Number two, you always give a woman responsibility. Why? Because if you don't, she's not going to appreciate the lifestyle and what you do for her. Number three, you pay bills like a motherfucker doesn't exist. Number four, if you give somebody your word, you do everything in your power to keep that motherfucker. But I'm wrong for mentioning this shit. What's up to my man Rob Marsh? But we're wrong for talking about how to keep men accountable. But these are same chicks. The same chicks that are scared shitless of fucking people like Pearl. And Pearl wasn't even talking to you. Pearl was talking to her people. That shows how insecure you are around white women. That shows you how much you are scared that you know that you can't compete when other women come to the table. And I've said this before on other live streams, man. How many times did you see big women in the 70s and 80s get married? Because they knew they were fighting at a deficit. So they had to bring more femininity. They had to cook. They had to show how much of an asset they were to a man's life. Oh, trust me, if you watch Thundercats, you're watching the amalgamation of anime and American cartoons. See, I go back as far as Project Echo and Fist of the North Star. What's the cop movie? Oh man, you want to talk about masculinity? Don't worry. On the weekends, I'm gonna give my take on certain 80s and 90s anime movies and shows. My man Bay said, I also do my best to surround myself with people who keep their word to the best of their ability. If I have to ask you more than twice to do something and you said you do it, fuck you too. Exactly. Oh, Ronan Williams, you ever noticed how? And I'm gonna say this because Bay, it was me, Snowman, Lewis Collier, and I forget the last, bro. On Bay's channel, and we were watching last night the first episode of this shit called Robin Hood. Instead of actually getting a good job getting out the projects, you thought you were going to steal from the rich. And the guy who created the shit, you were going to steal from the rich, even though Robin Hood traditionally stole from people who were unjustifiably overtaxing people. Then you made every white person the enemy, but every big boss had to be a female. And you saying that, oh, well, we're being oppressed. Every time I look around, it's women who are getting benefits. It's women who are keeping the kids away from the men. It's women who get to indoctrinate and so-called teach our children. But you're oppressed. You're getting all the degrees. You push men out the way, and then you have the audacity. I mean, the fucking audacity to say, well, I can't find a man on my level. You know why? Because the men who are supposed to be on your level, you uprooted their fucking educational journeys. Steal a traceable car instead of chopping it up. You film a goofy, useless music video with it. That'll show them. See, this is how you know when a lot of your stars and a lot of your producers and directors never grew up with men. I don't care what nobody says. There's a reason why I consider Man of Steel a masterpiece. Because Clark, played by Henry Cavill, hallowed be thy name, was really the story of black men in the Western world. How to live to the ideals of both your fathers while making a path for yourself. Nobody liked it, just like everybody tried to shit on The Rock about Black Adam. There was a key part when the son was talking to Adam, and he said, "You should show your son. I could show your son how to do violence." And the mother was like, "No, no, no, that's not right." And you know what he said? Yes, it's his father's duty to teach him violence. Mm, mm, mm. But it flew over so many people's heads on how important a father is for teaching a boy how to deal with the real world. It's his father's duty to teach him how to de-escalate. And if that doesn't work, it's his father's duty to teach him violence. Because there's some evils in the world, the only way you can communicate through them is through violence. But y'all don't hear me, though. Give me a woo if you felt that shit. Give me a woo if you felt that shit. Give me a woo. I'm a father. When there was a little boy picking with my son when he was little, I had to kneel down and whisper to him. Sometimes you gotta make a motherfucker respect you. Even when I was teaching him wrestling, Daddy, he's not letting me do the moves. I had to kneel down again. Sometimes you gotta make him do those goddamn moves. And that galvanized him, and man, he was fucking them little kids up. Even in high school, when a chick tried to say, I spit on you, and she actually spit on my son, then my son put 6 hitter quitters on her. I mean, he hit her with a combo so nasty, you heard a nigga in the background yell, Ultra, Ultra, Ultra. And we're not violent people, but we're not going to take your disrespect and your abuse either. And for all you fathers out there, I'm going to give you a bit of advice. Stop letting the system tell you about your child. I know what my son will do, and I know what he won't do. Stand up for your children. Because obviously the mothers are putting them in special ed because they don't want to deal with him, and then they want to get a check off his ass. I've said it once and I said it before. A lot of these so-called mothers out here would fuck around and put their babies up for adoption at best and dumpsters at worst if the child didn't fucking have any purpose. But we supposed to marry people and date people who don't even have the fucking ability to respect us. If a man gets married to a good woman, even the Bible said a man have found it of a good thing. Every holy book, especially in the Abrahamic religion, said if you found a good woman, you found a damn good thing. But that same holy book said it is better to sleep on the top of a roof than to be in a house with an insufferable woman. Exactly, babe. Yeah, I'm gonna just put the link in there because I know y'all tired of me talking about shit. I know y'all tired. I got a little bit of time before I go to work. Go ahead. Hit that live chat, hit that super chat. Well, fuck it. I don't have super chat. Hit that cash app. Shit. Stop giving. You know what? From now on, if you got a favorite content creator, don't fucking put it in the super chat. Put it in the cash app. Stop giving Google 20, 30% of your money. Fuck that. Give it to the content creator. These motherfuckers ain't working as hard as we are. Here it is. My man Shaka Newly. What's up, bro? Bro, them tits and ass be huge too. Them chicks have orgasms when they taste food and they teach real recipes or organs. I mean, here's the deceitful part about this shit, man. I grew up with a very functional lifestyle, even though my parents divorced. My mother knew her role, my father knew his. And it took me till when I had severe case of COVID to realize if I'd have been with a modern woman, a modern day woman, and not my mother and my father helping me around the house along with my son, I'd have been dead. I'd have been dead. I'd have been a dead motherfucker. What's up, Snowman?
You ain't the only one that would have been a dead motherfucker because were it not for Jody, which was the chapter I had planned tonight, because you had asked me, and I saw you go on, and
I mean, I got some fire beats in the background.
oh, I know what that is. But it's like you said, Jody saved my life, and she's done it twice. She's done it twice.
How many times did I tell people, if you got a good woman, hold on to that motherfucker?
Oh, you said it since we've been friends.
Hold on to that because you're not going to find any better.
You're not. You're not. I mean, like I said, this was the chapter I had planned. And yes, I'm putting my Cash App out there because this is what I had in mind. And Charles gave me the title of my Patreon series, Diary of a Mad Snowman. This is a part of the chapter I had planned tonight, and thank you for allowing me to do this.
Yeah.
I'm about to end my life in 2018. I was about to end my life because I was alone, I was homeless, I was hopeless and I didn't know what else to do. And something Charles always says, tie a knot and try to hang on for one more day. And I thought I had reached my last day because the knot was unraveling. And then in July of 2018, I met the woman who saved my life. I met Dr. K. We met online. Thank you, Andre. We met online. We messaged back and forth for 2 solid months. Getting to know each other. And then in September of 2018, she decided I'm coming up. She lived in Terre Haute, I in Michigan City. She decided I'm coming up to Michigan City and I want to see you. Was I nervous? You better believe it. But when I saw her smiling face, actually, even before, let me go back 5 days. September 1st, I was in Chesterton and I said, you know what? I want to make an impression on Jody, but I don't know how. So I called her while I was on the air and she giggled in my ear and I was gone. And I knew I was a goner. And I don't care what people say to me. I don't care what guys say to me. And I still get guys today saying, oh, it couldn't be that easy. Yes, it is.
When you found a good one, it is.
It was simple. I heard her giggle, my stomach flip-flopped, and I knew I was hooked.
See, this gives validity to what BGS said, the 3 levels of relationships in a man's mind. Jump off, girlfriend, wife.
Mm-hmm.
And what's really crazy is this. Is that people don't understand that this red pill shit, this Black Manosphere shit has saved lives.
Mm-hmm. It has.
It has saved lives. You don't understand. This is how real it was when we lost one of our brothers a year or 2 ago from deleting himself.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to talk about that shit. Nobody wants to talk about that.
No.
Nobody wants to talk about the real on how much pressure there is to be a Black man in America. You're supposed to do 4 times as great, but you only get half the respect, half the resources. You're right, Brogish. R.I.P. Rest in power, Mace. A good supportive brother. Good supportive brother. I just wish he would have gave us one more day.
Wait, you mean Mace the rapper?
No, Mace Windu.
Oh.
And this is the part that I tell people all the time. You're not in it alone. Sometimes what a man needs is somebody to say, I believe in you. I love you. I don't even know you. I love you. I just want to see you still here.
I borrow the words of the late, great Jim Valvano, the longtime coach at North Carolina State. The greatest gift you can give to a man is your belief in him.
Say that again for the niggas in the back.
For the folks at the old Reynolds Coliseum in Raleigh, the greatest gift you can give to a man is your belief in them. Period.
You know, Snowman, now that I'm on, what you're talking about a woman who she likes you or loves you for you. Not what you can do for her, not for, for any material possessions or whatnot. She loves you for you. Your personality is what won her over. And this is one of the things that I was trying to get across back when I was doing the red pill content is that you're wasting your time chasing after women for dinner dates and all of this stuff. Just be
Mhm.
you. A woman who likes you for you will present herself. You
Yes.
you chasing, yeah, you're chasing because you want sex. All right.
Mhm.
Just like women, they chase when they want sex, but when they want you for you, they make the effort.
Absolutely.
It's a totally different ball game. Totally
Yeah.
Yeah.
different ball game.
It
And
is.
And so,
what's up to my man electrician, man? How you feeling, man?
What's up,
Thanks for the
electrician?
donation, man. You always been faithful.
hey, bro, no problem, man. And Charles, my team gonna be seeing your team this coming up Sunday. So I gotta stick that in there a little bit. That's gonna be real interesting.
That's gonna be
Um, but
interesting. Lions
yes, sir,
versus
it
the
is.
Ravens, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
It's
sir.
gonna be a good game because
Electrician.
a lot of the games been good for the Ravens, man. A lot of them been
Oh
good.
yeah.
I'm gonna talk Lions this week, and when I do my top 10, I'm making sure I'm shouting out the Lions because
Oh,
they
Lord.
are
Oh yeah.
They're
they
gonna
are
win
in
that division. They're
the,
gonna win that
they
Yeah.
division.
have
They,
I wouldn't be
oh, that
surprised
we
if
we
they
we
made
gonna
it to the NFC Championship game. I would not be surprised.
the way they're
no.
playing.
I'm not. Yeah, they balling right now. They balling. But
Um,
what I wanted to really, what I wanted to get back to is this conversation. I was Charles when you was going off when you were saying that, not going off, but when you were saying that, oh now I guess it was the interview with Concrete Rose and Sister George and everything. Man, I keep finding they just keep flip flopping a lot of times, man. They really do. They flip flop so
You know
much.
what? Sister Rose and Concrete Georgia, the John Kerrys of the fucking of the fucking manosphere. I swear to God, they flip flop to when it fits their notion.
Mm-hmm.
You say the John Kerrys?
Oh.
Yeah, they the John Kerry. They flip flop.
Oh Lord.
They flip flop a lot. But the problem is that again, we're still dealing with the same old issues.
Yep.
And the thing, what I'm finding out is that I just don't have time for time wasters. A lot of listen,
No.
and I want a lot of brothers to understand this. A lot of women in our society today, because of political theories, because how and that political theories were backed up by weak parents, single motherhood. They're time wasters, and I want a lot of you guys to understand. A lot of modern women are time wasters. Don't waste your time
Yep.
with them.
And shout out to Ellen Roger Carey coming up with that theory with those habitual time wasters. I mean, you got to realize something. When you're with a woman of substance, she's already seen women. Women are very good at the observation of men.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem that I always had. Men love differently than women, and men don't try to figure out why. Because you're controlled by your dick.
Mm-hmm.
They're controlled by their
Yep.
needs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this again. You're controlled by your dick, especially in your late teens, the late 20s. They're controlled by their needs, their
Can I say
wants,
something
their
about
desires.
Can I say something about dating single mothers?
Go ahead.
As somebody who's done it a couple of times, look, there are women who, because like I have stipulations. You have to have been married, okay, or maybe in a long-term relationship. But the thing about it is that if you are putting forth the effort, all right, to show that I'm not just something for you to do. Do you understand? You invite me over for dinner because I mean you're a single mom, so you're not going anywhere. You invite me over for dinner, or you invite me over and you've cooked. You've made a plate for me. You're
Mhm.
treating me as if I am the husband or the long-term boyfriend because this is the only way you know how to act. Then I get it. You understand? hey, you short on something, I got you. Where a woman, understand what I'm saying is a woman who puts in the effort, whether she has children or not, it's really a judgment call up to you. Okay, it's up to you. It's an individual choice. But to completely knock them off.
Oops. Oh, he borged out.
You worked out for a minute. He'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back. But
Greetings, folks.
when Joni and I got together, and I told her that I was a broadcaster, one of her first questions to me was, "How can I help out?" You don't get that in today's times.
And she doesn't stop helping you at all.
No, she doesn't. Since 2018, when she rode shotgun with me, when I was doing my games for Michigan City High School, she was on it. All right. She made sure I did everything on my checklist. She made sure that I had all my materials, that I made all my calls, that I did all my interviews, and she still checks it. Even though I do most of the games here in studio, she still does a checklist with me every day. Did you get this research done? Did you get that research done? Do you have your slate ready?
All right. Snowman, I have a question for you.
Talk to me.
It's not too personal. Now I know prior to Jody, you've been married and divorced.
Yes.
What about Jody? Prior to meeting you, was she married and divorced herself, or what?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. No, that makes perfect sense about her. The doting wife and everything, being supportive and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Been there, done that. So yeah, that makes sense.
She's been there, done that, but it wasn't reciprocated.
Yeah.
There's the difference. It wasn't reciprocated.
I will admit, in my own personal life, I've been in a relationship where I may not have reciprocated it enough,
right?
Or thought I didn't reciprocate it because I didn't know what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, I had unresolved mental health issues, which is no excuse, but it was just, I'm owning up to the fact that, I fucked up in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But given the circumstances, I'm kind of glad it didn't work out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't harbor any ill will to that person.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was one of the stipulations Jody gave me, because I was still dealing with a lot of trauma. Coming out of an abusive relationship in 2016, and Dr. K and I met in 2018, and we already knew that we were going to get married. She just said, "I have one stipulation for you." I said, "Lay it on me." You got to go see someone and get the mental health issues out. Yes, ma'am.
Which isn't easy for a black man.
No, it's not. No, it's not easy. It's not easy at all, and it gets harder every day. But I found a great person who I talked to, and yeah. Listen, this is how I'm going to share this funny story with y'all. This is how awesome Jody is. When we drove from Terre Haute to Michigan City to do a state tournament game with Michigan City High School. We get up to Michigan City, and we're about a block and a half away from Ames Field. And she said, "I want you to pull into Walgreens." I said, "All right." So I pull into Walgreens. She comes out with a bag, and I know there's a bag of goodies in there. She just won't tell me what it is until, it's close to time for me to go on air. I'm getting everything situated, getting my mixer out, doing all the test checks and everything. And the next thing I know, she puts a piece of chocolate in front of me. I turn around and I said, where'd you find these? It was actually football candy corn, chocolate football candy corn. I turn around and I look at her yesterday. Where'd you find these? She says, I found them in Walgreens. It was the last bag. Half of that bag was gone before I went on air.
Yeah, but then again, knowing you, we were like, wait a minute, did you take his medication before this shit? Because if I'm not mistaken, you are a type 2 diabetic.
Yeah, it wasn't controlled at the time, and boy, I paid for it later on the ride home because I slept.
Yeah.
I slept. It's in much better shape now. But that was
I got an uncle who's been living with diabetes for like 30, 40 years now. So
but that was what I was going to talk about tonight on my own live stream. Then I saw Charles went live, and I said, let me hold off on that and join him. So Charles, if you're there, if I don't say it enough, thank you. Thank you for letting me come on and talk about this.
Woo! I mean, somebody got to talk about it. Shit. Why keep it bottled up? Why keep it bottled up?
Exactly. Why keep it bottled up? I have been totally in love with Jody since the day I met her.
Don't tempt me to start singing Billy Ocean.
Oh, hell no. I can't hold a note to save my life.
I said me. I was talking about me singing it because I know y'all's song.
But actually, you know what our song is? The song that she walked down the aisle to me.
To get down.
No, not that one. Not that one.
The song that she walked down the aisle to me was from Queen. You're my best friend.
Okay. Because you told me something about one of your songs was Suddenly by Billy Ocean.
But you know what?
Billy
the
Ocean,
first
Suddenly.
song I know the song, but the first song I sent to her was Still by Brian McKnight. And I was at we were at Indiana State. She was working. I was in the cafeteria doing my show, and that song just popped in my head. So I researched it and I sent it to her. Now, gentlemen, I'm going to tell you something that's simple, that's old school, but very profound. When you are in love with a woman and you know that she loves you, everything that you do will have an emotional reaction. Because when I sent her the song Still by Brian McKnight, I started crying, and 30 seconds later, I said to myself, I had to hear her voice.
Yep.
I had to hear her voice. And she started crying also, and she says, get over here. I need to see you. I packed up in an instant and went to her office.
Hopeless romantic.
Till I die.
Can't really blame you. It is what it is.
I mean, my daughter Cheyenne called me before Charles put the link. Cheyenne called me and said, you're making it very hard to date. I start laughing and I go, okay, I'll bite. Why? She says, because of the standards that you and mom, Jody, have set. And I said, baby girl, we're just old school like that.
How old is she?
Cheyenne? 28.
You know it's funny.
She's supposed to think like that.
You know it's funny, and I thought about this. Sorry for cutting you off. I thought about this. You know it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one damn time could the breakdown have brought a guy like you up there to talk about your marriage?
They won't either.
Because they could have talked to you about not only your current marriage, but the horrifying events of your last marriage before that.
Mm-hmm. When I didn't feel appreciated. You know
They'll
what?
never put that side of it up there.
Let
They'll
me
talk
say,
about, well, you're being driven. I said, no. I said, how many women are driving us away from marriage?
you know what? Let me say this. And Andre, I was so blessed and lucky for Jody to find me. Okay, because I have so much stuff in my head that I try to keep negativity out. All right. You know why they won't invite a guy like me up there? First of all, they don't want the truth. Second of all, they don't want a real man's perspective. And yes, I said that aloud, and I will continue to say that aloud. And third of all, like you, Charles, I would have kept getting cut off and I'd have cut him up. I'd have turned on my own live stream and cut him to pieces.
Sorry, guys. I'm in the
How
wrong place.
unsurprising.
Can I finish my thought?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, come on in because you got
Right.
lost halfway through, fam.
Yeah, my computer froze up on me. So what I was saying is, like,
Uh-huh.
we take shots at single moms,
Mhm.
right? But not, I mean, it's all shades of gray. I was talking to my homeboy Maj about this morning.
Mhm.
All right.
Uh-huh.
And he can tell you, I mean, you're talking about, if you're still in here, Maj, he was a married guy just like you.
Mhm.
Snowman, he was married, you know, things didn't work out. I'm not to tell his business,
Right.
but you know, things didn't work out, and now he's happy. He's
Yes.
happy with a woman who already had a child. But if you listen, if he tells you the story, you know, if Mosh tells you the story, she was down for him. He was a divorced father of two,
Yep.
you know, 2-bedroom garden apartment, struggling. He met a chick, she stepped up for him.
Mhm.
Didn't matter,
No.
you know, how his, you know, the whole sprinkle shitting on a single man's apartment with the chair in the
Right.
middle of the room,
Right.
you know, and everything, you know, like, please, like, yo, let's build a life together. I
Exactly.
say this because if a woman actually cares about you as a person, she sees who you are as a person, she
Mhm.
will make the sacrifice. The Miss Purple Lipstick $20 dress,
Mhm.
okay, that's not a chick that you should be, especially a pudgy 6. That's not a chick you supposed to be going breaking. I'll give that guy his credit. You don't break your back for an ox like that.
Right.
Although he's waited too long, he waited 45 minutes too long, but still, he came out on top. See, I mean, in so many words, he's like, well, fuck you, bitch. I'll take you back home then. Since Cheesecake Factory that you probably eat at every fucking weekend is too good for you.
Which is strange that she would think that, but I've been around I've been around people who think that.
He was a foodie. He was a foodie date. Instead of a booty call, he was a foodie call, flat out.
He was a foodie call.
He was a foodie call.
Food
She
excursion
had no real interest in him.
None.
He was a food excursion as whatchamacallit, Patrice O'Neal would say.
Right. And
he was out on a food excursion.
And let's be honest, if he actually saw her as anything more than trying to get his dick wet, he would have took her to that restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
He'd have took her to another restaurant, but instead he didn't, because he thought that the juice was not worth the squeeze.
Yeah.
And this is where we as men get caught up at. We think the juice is worth the squeeze when really it's not, because we let our hormones, our desperation for sex
lead
get the best of us.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That chemical, that strong chemical attraction sometimes gets the best of us. And I'll revert to Andrew Dice Clay. Sometimes it's just easier to give them money. Like, here, take the money. You got carpet, you got pillows. You know what I'm saying? Take the money. That way you can go and buy groceries for you and your kid or whatever. You can buy groceries, pay a bill, buy some more cheap, nasty, ugly purple lipstick and a few more $20 dresses.
Mm-hmm.
And I can go about my business. You go about your business. And whenever I feel like spending $100 on you, I'll hit you up.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
but this bitch shops at Forever 21. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Oh yeah. Oh no, they busted her out. She got that dress is a $22 dress from Shein that she was wearing.
Oh damn.
It's a $22 dress online.
Oh damn. Damn.
I had to go there. I had to go there. I had to go there.
But to back it up, a woman that actually cares about you, that's interested in you, she don't give a fuck where you take her as long as you don't take her nowhere dangerous.
She doesn't, because
Right.
when Jody came to see me, she says, what do you have to do today? I said, and I remember the date well, September 6th, 2018. I said, I actually have to go to DeKalb, Illinois, and cover a game at Northern Illinois.
Did she hop in the car?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
She hopped in the car and we drove to DeKalb. It was one of those times I couldn't get a press pass for because the game came up at the last minute. And
did she sit in the stands though and wait till you were finished?
Oh, she was right outside the stadium. She went and drove around DeKalb. She listened to the game.
She listened to you call the game.
Actually, she listened to my good friend Bill Baker call the game. I was there on a writing assignment.
Okay.
I was there on a writing assignment, and when it got to the fourth quarter and she knew the game was over, she says, "Okay, what do you want to do? Do you want to go somewhere to eat?" I'm like, "Baby, I'm tired. I just want to rest." And she says, "Okay, we'll get a place and we'll crash and we'll go somewhere to eat in the morning." Okay, cool.
Okay.
She kind of surprised me when there was a pizza in the car waiting for me.
Because she knew you'd be hungry. She knew you'd be hungry.
There was a pizza in the car waiting for me, and I'm like, "Cool, okay."
But Snow, but wasn't you supposed to go 50-50?
No, that's what I was told, but
when you supposed to be
yes. She actually asked me this when we were getting to know each other, and I told her, that I'm living in a hotel at the time. She asked me, "Do you need anything?" She was thinking of food. The first thing that blurted out of my mouth was, "Well, some new underwear would be nice." Listen, given where I was in life at the time, she starts giggling and she says, "I kind of meant food." I said, "Well, pizza would be good." And I'm thinking, okay,
motherfucker needed fresh drawers. What do you expect?
Just a minute. I said, "Well, pizza would be good." And I'm thinking, okay, I don't have any money to get a pizza either. Yeah. I come downstairs. There's 3 bags from Walmart in the car, and there's a pizza in the car waiting for me.
Dude, look, man. Look, she literally loved your dirty drawers.
In a literal sense, yes.
She literally loved your dirty drawers. Here, you take them off and you put on some clean ones right here in the car.
But
wait, okay. Not to be vulgar, but did you guys have a good weekend?
Had a wonderful weekend.
Exactly. And now look at you. How long ago was that?
5 years ago.
That was 5 years ago. This is what I'm saying. All of this, I understand what the red pill is about. Okay, I get it.
Yep.
But it turned into a bunch of dudes who cannot score the women that they masturbate to. It turned into a hate session. This is why, like with Fresh and Fit, I understood what Fresh and Fit was about. What they were saying was absolute garbage. I mean, sure, they made some points or whatever, but the show was cheap garbage, and it was nothing but a promotional vehicle for women, for men to like physically and psychologically masturbate to and get their hatred off towards women. But behind the scenes, they were joining their OnlyFans and their Instagrams and all of this stuff. They were cashing these chicks out. So there's a psychological imbalance. Right. There was a psychological imbalance going on with the red pill that.
Can I speak on that, Bitter?
Leaders of the red pill did not want to address.
Bitter, can I speak on that one for a minute?
Sure, go ahead, my brother. How you doing, by the way? Good to hear.
I'm good. I'm all right because my one half of Fresh and Fit, he's from my neck of the woods originally.
North Sudan?
No, he's from North Sudan. I'm from Eritrea. We border each other. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, you know, we flux with them. We understand them. Also, I got to bring in Abba into this from Abba and Preach because he's from Ethiopia. We
Mhm.
all border from that each other. So we know the bullshit, you know, because I've been around, I fuck with Sudanese cats, and there's some Sudanese cats who you know, who straight up about it. They straight, you know, they're straight up stand up dudes. But you got some who just on that some shady ass shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
especially somebody who
Everybody
understands
can
human
put that.
trafficking. You know, like some of the traffickers are Sudanese.
like
2
Myron.
points.
Myron would
Myron
be a
is
human trafficker. Let's be honest. If he was back at home, he'd be a human trafficker.
he
Mhm.
would be on that. He's that type of shady motherfucker. But the thing I remember is like when Abba came to the show and called him out, and he did like the passive aggressive shit because Abba is from Ethiopia, and I think he's an ethnic Amhara, which is a dominant ethnicity in Ethiopia, and I'm an ethnic Tigrinya. We're related to that shit. So
Mhm.
understanding that shit and understanding why Myron couldn't really go there when they had their beef and shit, so-called beef,
Yeah.
is because he had to stay on code because he knew, first of all, you're in South Florida. And South Florida, although it's not a large population,
Mhm.
but
It's
they
a
got
tight
plenty of
community.
Ethiopians and Eritreans down there. So he knew if he said something about us, it's his ass. That's why
Yeah.
we don't disrespect each other like that. It's like the Caucasus where we're from. Honor,
Oh, yeah.
family, faith, respect. You
Mhm.
do
Oh, yeah.
not
I didn't know
talk
that.
shit about each other's country. Even though we're all our countries right now are in civil wars right now, we do not talk shit about one another like that. We
Right.
show respect to each other, we show love, but we do not disrespect across certain lines. And
Oh,
even though
yeah.
he was trying to start some shit with him, he did it in a passive aggressive way. But you know, but Abba, who's also Muslim just like him, well, was Muslim, but Muslim just like Myron, could check him hard like that. He said, and he's just looking at him with a cool face, like, I dare you. Come on,
Yeah.
man. You said something to me. I'm asking you, what was that? And he's like, did I say something? Come on, man. You said something.
Yep.
But
Oh,
like
yeah.
you said, man, they were just faking the funk and they were grifting like a lot because a lot of people forget. A lot of people forget about 2016 hashtag Me Too and Time's Up.
Oh,
A lot of guys in the manosphere from the pickup artist section, from the realm of the pickup artists, they had to rebrand and recall them and just reinvent themselves as dating gurus, and a lot of them started to co-opt the red pill
Mhm.
to push their own agenda. Because before that, they were like scoffing at the red pill. But
Oh,
then
yeah.
had this,
They still
guys,
do.
Yeah, they
They
still
still
do.
do.
still do. They still do.
Matter of fact,
What's going on,
matter of
fellas?
fact, I got something for you. What's up, AB?
What's up,
I want
baby?
to give you. I got one of the Padawans in the panel, and he's going to be 20 in about a week.
Nice.
Youngster, okay.
So we're going to hear from my boy Mello, one of the Padawans. Why is it that young men in your age bracket, since this is something you don't hear the breakdown or other shows do, actually get 20-year-olds up here to talk about their mating? Because we're 40 plus, we're on our way out the dating scene.
Right.
So we're going to hear about the guys who are in the scene, who are just beginning in the scene. So what's up, Mello?
How y'all doing, fellas? Can y'all hear me all right?
What's
Yeah.
up, Mello?
Yeah, we hear you.
Right.
So
All right,
I'm
so-
going to ask this question. I'm going to let you flow with it.
Right.
Why is it that young men in their 20s right now are looking for relationships and marriage from the women of your generation? I want everybody to mute up. This is going to be gold. Click this shit. Somebody click this shit for me. Mello, go.
All right,
I'll
so
clip it.
from my personal experience, it really stems deeper than what it really is. More than we see. Like, all right, cool. It's part of life. I will have girl troubles like that. Okay, cool. I understand that, right? For me personally, it really all stemmed down from my mother. You feel me? Because my mother is like 41. She's hitting 41, right?
How old are
And I
you?
see- I'm 19. I turn 20 next week.
Happy early
Was she in
birthday.
college when she had you?
Youngster.
No, she was 22.
Hold on. Let him go.
Yeah, so
Okay.
like my problem mainly came from my mom's because I see in the way how my moms and my pops interact. You feel me?
Uh-huh.
Then it's like it hits me a certain way. Like, all right, I know my pops did some questionable shit. I'm not taking that from him at all. I'm still holding him accountable. Like, it was a situation that happened last week. I'm not gonna get too far into it, but coach know about it. Well, y'all call him Faulkner, but yeah, I call him coach. He knows about it. I told him about it. I told him my thoughts about it. He knows how it affected me for real.
Mhm.
Right? And he, by him seeing that and by me explaining that to him, he can see why I have a problem really committing to a female. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I have no problem getting female at all. I have no problem getting them at all.
Nah,
Like,
this
every
is the
time I get
definition of pretty boy swag right here.
that was
But-
fucked up.
Okay.
But yeah, that's
Oh, he a
That's
pretty
fucked up for sure.
motherfucker. You pretty motherfucker.
that was fucked up.
But tell them what I told you about the situation.
Yeah, so the whole matter of fact, I'm gonna just get into the situation now. Right? So the situation happened last month, right? Mind you, mine and my pops, they've been having arguments my whole life. You feel what I'm saying? And all that did to me was I'm taking that as a personal lesson, like, okay, type of women to stay away from. Feel me?
Mhm.
And so the situation is I'm at work. Coach had got me a contract at this nursing home. Mind you, armed security, right? Cool. All right. I had to leave the site early because my little sister called me saying my mom and pops was fighting. Right? So
Okay.
let me give you a little history before that. This is really I'm gonna round it all out in the end, but like, listen, right? So before this situation entirely, right, my mom's done pulled a firearm out on my pops more than once. This happened, mind you, this all happened in the same year. So it came down to a point where I had to take the firearm from him. And that's when I really got into the motion. Like, I came to coach, asked him, can he certify me? Because clearly I'm not only going to be the only one responsible to own a firearm in that house. And coach took me in, trained me, and now I'm qualified. Appreciate you, coach. Shout out to you for that. But now,
Congratulations.
Let's get back into the story, right? Mom's pulled a firearm out with my pops. Pops come in the room, firearm in hand, magazines in the oven. Mind you, fully loaded magazines. One was in the head. He didn't check it was one in the head, but it was one in the head the entire time.
These are handguns?
Handguns. This was a G21, 45.
Go
Mind
on.
you, my two little sisters are in the house at the
How
time,
old are
too.
they?
15 and 10.
And they're pulling firearms on each other.
Firearms too. Then they also
Like
had
niggas in the street.
a 12 gauge in the closet too. So after my father took the handgun, she pulled the shotgun. So I had to confiscate all of that. Like, I had to take the firearm, I had to take the G21, and I had to take the shells to the shotgun. Mind you, all this happened this year. So now I was already feeling some type of way because, mind you, I'm young. I'm just getting into the dating world, shit like that, right? So as I'm in a dating
How old are you
world,
again?
I'm 19.
20.
No, I mean at this time. How old were you?
This happened this year. I'm still 19.
So you're still 19. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just
No, you
trying to
good.
get the facts together because I have a solution, but I'm gonna let you finish. Go on.
No, mind you, this is just this year alone. Mind you, I've been experiencing this all my life.
All right.
But this is the most recent, so it's the most prevalent of what's going on right now. You feel what I'm saying?
Is there
So it's
video evidence of this?
not video evidence, but it's mainly you don't have to use my word. It's my little sister's word now.
No,
Now,
I'm not doubting your story or anything, but I'm listening to the case because I know the solution. But you need to start. You need to set up some type of camera, Charles. When you get paid, set up a camera in the house. You can get them from Amazon. They're pretty cheap. You can get a home security camera, indoor security camera, pretty cheap on Amazon. Because I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Please continue the story.
Let's just let
we
them
definitely
continue.
we're gonna get back to that though. So I might gotta do that. But yeah, by me seeing my mom's at lash out like that, right? It's not really. I'm not really trying to say it's fair going into me, but it's like I'm reluctant because like if I see my own mom's doing this, what the hell makes me think any other female won't do the same thing to me? You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, mind you, I'm learning this from the actions of my mom. Mind you, she been doing this shit all my life. And I'd be damned if it seemed like, oh yeah, not every female is gonna be like that. If anything, I'm more worried that most females are gonna turn out like that than something that's not. If you get what I'm saying. Because at the same time,
Yeah.
with this
So
new
what happened
generation,
when you got home?
when I got home, the police beat me home. The police beat me home.
Which I'm sure was a smart move by them.
Not because it's I live in a county. You know, if it was a city, I'd beat the police there off rip.
Got
No,
it.
not
But
on
since-
I'm going
domestic.
to ask another question.
Not on domestics. They'd have been there in light seconds because nobody wants a homicide on their shit when it comes to domestics.
don't.
well,
They
But
don't.
we're
I
gonna.
believe
But I
that.
want everybody to do us a favor. Let him completely continue the story.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you good. You good.
Let me
Cause I
mute.
jump.
You're
I
right.
want to
Let
hear
me
all the
mute.
advice. I want to hear all the advice after that too. 'Cause
I just wondered.
I'm-
Okay. Oh, you still
feel me?
got your story, Mello, or you done?
Yeah, I
No.
still got it.
Okay, good.
But mind you, yeah. So past the moms and pops party. Now, how I'm taking it is, all right. I see my mom's doing this shit. What the hell is stopping me from thinking that some other chick that around my age is not going to do the same thing? Then with my generation of music that's coming up, all the music that they worship, they just talking about fucking stealing the nigga money and bouncing off. You feel what I'm saying? Then all the cases were like, we got young fathers who ain't even the fathers of their child. Or we have young women keeping the father of the child away from the child. You feel what I'm saying? Only using them for the check. And by me seeing all this going on, mind you, this is around people my age group. I'm just hitting adulthood, but I'm already seeing this shit. Like, I already made up my mind, like, all right, once I get myself together a little bit, right, get my own place, get a little stability, I'm gonna get a passport, and I'm going out the country to find me a wife. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want no Western women because every Western woman in this day and age have the same mindset.
And that I wanted to ask, has that been your experience out here? Been dating for yourself? That's
Yes,
been
it
your
has.
experience? Like
It
women
has.
just pretty much using you for a lick?
Pretty much. There was just one instance. How you doing?
Are you done with your story, my brother?
Yeah. You can go ahead.
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. Get your
Yeah.
sisters out of that fucking house. You get out of that house. Take your sisters with you. File a court injunction. Your sisters can testify. You need to tell your sisters, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. I know these are our parents and y'all love them, but if mom or dad suddenly decides that they want to pull the trigger on each other, they're not going to stop with just each other.
Right.
True.
They're going to come after you too. They're going to kill you too. I'm getting out of here. We can file the injunctions. You need to come with me. Let them to I'm serious. I know it hurts. These are your parents.
Yes.
And your sisters, you got to slap some sense into them. Do understand this is about life and death. If they keep doing this, they're going to kill you too. Let them kill each other. If this is what they want to do, let them. We'll mourn them. We'll love them. But I'll be goddamn if I bury you and you, or the three of us get buried because these fucking assholes don't know how to conduct themselves like adults. We got to get the fuck out of here. You're in Baltimore.
You actually can't file emancipation at the age of 18.
Right. You can do it. You can do it.
I'm already on game. That's why I said
get a court injunction. Get you and your sisters out of that fucking house. I don't care if you gotta live in the ghetto. Get the fuck. Charles, help this brother. Get him and his sisters. Get them the fuck out of that house.
Oh yeah, we're working on that.
And fast.
We're working on that now because this is what happened. And I've said this. And by the way, I like to say this. You know, all these shows that talk about red pill channels and Black Manosphere. How many shows do you hear bring 2 or 3 different generations on the same panel?
Yeah,
you don't.
Talking about very similar incidents. This is the reason why, Sister George, Concrete Rose, why young men don't want to get married.
I want to talk about marriage, and you listen to this youngster dealing with shit in his own parents, and he's barely 21. He's not even 21 yet. Living the bullshit you want to deal with.
He's not even 20. He's still
Not
19
even
years
20.
old.
Not even 19 years old, and you want to talk about marriage. Get the fuck out of here. Marriage.
But yet, here it is. It's a young man who graduated high school with a 3.9.
Oh yeah.
This is a young man who's working. One of the guys I put to work. But yet, nobody wants to talk about how they feel, what they see, what they think.
Exactly.
And yet, we're supposed to be we're just scaring them off. No. The first motherfucker that scares people away from marriage is usually somebody very close to them.
Look,
And
I'm sorry, go ahead, Charles.
Here's the cruel part about it. Every man is going to judge a woman by how he sees his mother.
Yes.
Yes.
First.
Yes.
That's very true.
And it's just like how every woman judges men about their relationship with their father.
And how many times have girls been robbed of knowing what a man is because the mama keeps the children away from the father? All these men are narcissistic. All these men are abusive. But guess what?
No.
When he was inside that pussy, was he abusive then?
What did we see last night?
You don't know the crazy part
What
about
did
it
we watch
is
last night?
there's like 5 more youngsters like around Melo's age in like 5, probably 8 different states going through the same shit right now.
On the same thing, and their stories are not being allowed to be told. Fuck just being told.
But
not-
yeah, let's talk about marriage.
The way how
Let
they
me
look
say
at it is
something.
like,
I need to say something. Sorry. To Mello here. Now, Mello,
right?
you don't know me. I'm a good friend. I'm a friend of you, your coach here. But I'm gonna tell you something. As somebody who's from the other side of the world and who has experienced this in my own life, watch yourself. If you're going overseas, watch yourself. Because there's some women out there, when they see you, all they see is that passport. All they see is an entry visa. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
There's too many. You gotta go. You gotta. They tell you you gotta dig it. You gotta get it out of the mud over you're in the stateside. But when you come overseas, sometimes you gotta get it way out of the mud, like you mine it in the Congo or some shit like that. So you gotta be careful who you involved with. And if you're gonna get involved with somebody overseas, you at least should do your research about the country and find some contacts who can really help you out. Like if you got some buddies who from that specific part of the world, maybe they can direct you. I know he's 19, but eventually, when he does,
right? But right now,
eventually when he does,
let's concentrate on his immediate issue, which is
I know his immediate issue, Villani. But I'm saying is this is something to keep in his back pocket.
Yes,
something to keep in his back pocket. I'm saying.
I'm just going to say this from a law enforcement standpoint, and myself and Mello have talked about this. You got to, and I've told him, you got to get them the hell out of there.
Yeah.
And thank you, Andre, for the PayPal, by the way.
Yeah.
It's kind of, this is the part, see, this is, I'm going to go on a diatribe for a quick second.
Go ahead. I'll wait because I want to go behind you because I got some serious shit to tell him.
Oh, yeah. This is the shit that nobody, and I'm surprised, everybody has an issue with the manosphere, the red pill talking points, but they don't hear shit when young people, when young men come to older men for advice and knowledge. They don't play these fucking episodes, do they? They don't play this shit. They don't want to listen to a guy like Mello who's about to be 20 in a week and say, this is what I physically see. This is what I'm going through with my family now. And guess what? Every one of us have seen this shit in the chat and on the panel. Every last one of us seen it. But you know what the fucked up part? When we were 20, when we were 10, we didn't have a YouTube. We didn't have a voice. So it was so easy for so many people, especially the women, to throw the rock and hide their fucking hand. And I'm not saying that men aren't innocent. Well, men are not innocent. You know why? Because the world won't allow us to be innocent. They won't take they won't allow us to take fucking refuge. When they talk about abusive men, where's our house of roof? Where's our shelters? Where's our support? Where's the fuck our counselors? Here it is. And then here's the main part about what I'm going to say. Melo's made his mind up. What the fuck do you think? And this is what I would tell your parents if I met them. I probably knew them. We probably went to school together.
Yeah, 'cause
What
they're
the
in
fuck
the
do you
age
think you're what the fuck do you think you're doing mentally to your daughters?
They don't give a fuck about that shit.
They don't.
And I've said this on multiple calls. What the fuck are you doing to your daughters?
They don't give a fuck.
And I know this hurts, and I gotta congratulate Melo, telling his story online. But this is the part about looking why Black men are not looking for marriage, because Black men have seen so many men before them lose. Like I said it before, motherfuckers want us to play a sucker's game, a loser's gambit. But yet, show us a good example. Well, we got to take by the good examples. Half you motherfuckers who are good examples are suckers anyway, because if you say something like the word no, that bitch is going to leave and take your shit.
And you going to cry.
And then you're going to be red pill automatically.
most likely.
Shout out to Mayweather.
Let
me say
this.
Go ahead.
Let me
we're
get
going to
this.
go to Bay, then we're going to go back to Melo.
Melo.
Yes, sir.
Look, man. I understand. At 19 years old, your parents are still your world, right?
Hit or miss, but
Yeah, hit or miss. But I'm telling you right now, bro, your parents will be the death of you. Do you understand? Your parents will be the death of you. The simple fact that they're pulling guns on each other says that they don't give a fuck about you or your sisters. So the next time you're at a job, and I'm serious, the next time you're at a job and you get a call from your sisters like that, you tell them to leave the house and call the police, and don't go back into the house till after the police have cleared the scene. Because I'm telling you, look, man, I'm dead serious. You really need to have a talk with your sisters tonight and be like, look, I know y'all love mom and dad, but they're going to kill you. They're going to kill each other, and they're going to take you with them if possible. The next time they get into a fight, leave the house. And when they start pulling guns, leave the house. Both of you grab each other, get each other, leave the house. No fucking arguing. Leave the house and then call 911. Let the police handle it. You're not equipped for that. Emotionally, when people get caught up in their emotions,
yes,
they are uncontrollable and inconsolable.
Irrational things happen. Irrational things happen.
Your life is on the line. Don't be trying to wrestle no gun from mommy or daddy. Get the fuck out of the house and call 911. Let the police handle it, because what happens after that is when you, and with Charles's help, I'm sure, make the move to emancipate, not emancipate, but emancipate yourselves, your sisters, because they're underage. When they make the move, there's a record. Do you understand? There's a record. A judge will grant you temporary custody of your siblings. But in the meantime, what you need to be doing is finding at least a 2-bedroom spot. Okay? You need to be looking for an affordable 2-bedroom spot based on your salary that's going to help you out. Charles, wait, hold on. Melo, how old is your oldest younger sister?
They 15 and 10.
15 and 10. Okay, so
you might be able to get a 3-bedroom because of the age difference.
Well, you know what? As long as he can provide 2 bedrooms, if he sleeps on, even if he say he's sleeping on the couch, they don't give a fuck as long as the girls have a roof over their head, a functioning bathroom, a functioning kitchen. Okay, they don't care. But he has to show stable employment.
Oh,
to show that he can
after this, we're gonna work on that strategy, because
he also has to be prepared for them not to listen to him.
Well, you know what? That comes second. Right now, the thing is to get them out of the house. Charles,
like I said, they might not listen to him.
It doesn't matter as long as
Don't
he's
worry.
in the position
All right, so hold
to
on, hold on,
get
hold
them
on,
out of
hold
the
on.
house. If they
Hold
don't
on,
want to
hold on.
listen, that's on them. But the
But hold
thing
on.
is that at least he tried to save his siblings. If
I'm-
they don't, again, if they don't want to listen, that's on them. But at least he made the effort to try to save his siblings.
I'm not
But
saying,
here's the
but,
thing,
but
though.
I'm
Here's the
not
thing,
saying, but that's I'm not saying he shouldn't. But what I'm saying is he need to be prepared to do what he's not prepared to do. What he hasn't prepared himself to do. That's what I'm
Welcome to manhood. You're never prepared for manhood, especially at 19
But
years
hold on,
old.
hold on, folks. Mello trying to get in.
Yeah, hold
Go
on
ahead,
though.
Mello.
It's like I get what you're saying. Like I might have to prepare for it if they don't want to listen to me, right? But here's the thing though about that whole situation. Whenever something goes down and I'm not home when I'm at work, they don't call the police first. They don't call our grandparents first. They don't call nobody first. They call me.
And then you say, call the police. What the
As
fuck
they
you
should.
calling me for? I'm at work. Call the police and get the fuck out of the house.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
this
at the
is
same
what
time,
you.
I can say that I can tell them call the police, but at the same time, I can't tell them don't call me. You feel what I'm saying? Because at
I'm
the end
gonna
of the
just
day,
tell you
they
the
got
best
the.
advice. I'm gonna just tell you the best advice, right? Number one, talk to your sisters away from the house. If you gotta tell them come meet with me outside because you're working now, right?
Yeah, I'm at work now.
Yeah, like tomorrow or whatever when they both up, tell them you got to talk to them out the house.
Right.
Let them know, okay, I got to talk to you about some serious shit. Whatever adjectives, verbs, nouns, adverbs you got to use, whatever subject matter to let them know. Everybody's family members and friends know when they're serious. Let them know the strategy and the plan. Let them know. This has been occurring for 20 years, at least since I've been alive. So I know y'all seen it. This is the strategy. If this happens again, which most likely will happen again, this is the strategy of what to do. Get your coats on, get your shoes on, call the police, get the fuck out the house. Yes, you can call me, call the police first, then call me.
Or
Why?
better yet, if they call you, you call the police. If they don't want to call the police, like call me. If they fighting, call me. And then you tell them, since they want to be cowards, since they think I don't want to get mommy and daddy in trouble, because they don't seem to understand that their lives are on the line.
Hold on. Well, you gotta understand. Hold on. You gotta understand how kids' minds work.
They're kids.
Yeah,
They're
right.
kids.
Yeah.
We can't hold them to the same accountability as adults.
Exactly. They're kids.
So
this is where I'm getting. This is what I'm getting at.
Hold on. Let me finish. This is
ahead.
the reason why. Because I know how this works. I've been through it my damn self. You're caught between a rock and a hard place.
Mm-hmm.
Emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. It's just a fucked up situation. This is the reason why I said number one, you got to talk to them outside the house, away from the parents. You got to let them know.
The
Either
10-year-old was snitch, by the way.
if you call either way, guess what? Fuck it all. As long as they're safe. And here's the thing: you tell them call the police first, then call me. Get the fuck out the house. Why? Because when they're fighting, people get emotionally ramped up. All they hear is tunnel vision.
Yeah, but I think the first. I mean, if they do call him, the next response is him calling the cops.
Even if they call you, they're fighting, they're arguing again. You call the cops.
Yeah, he calls the cops.
You know, let them.
Exactly.
Even if if they need to use you to beat it out, take all the blame. Okay, he's gonna be back on. He's at work taking care of something, and he appreciates the information. This is the reason why, But this is the reason why a place like this exists.
But the red pill leads them astray.
But the red pill leads men astray. But a bunch of red pill men just gave a 19-year-old guy, some good advice.
It depends on who you listen.
What they mean by that, leading them astray, what they really mean is these ninjas won't do what we want them to do. That's what it really means.
Exactly. But we're leading them astray when we're trying to save people's lives.
Charles, you finished my point for me. What I was going to say is, hey, when they call you, you tell them leave the house, go to the neighbor's house, go somewhere else, leave the house, stand outside. He calls the police. Let him take the hit. And matter of fact, the 10-year-old is going to snitch. Whatever he tells the 10-year-old outside of the house, the 10-year-old is going to go snitch it because they can't help themselves, because they don't want to betray mommy and daddy's trust, because they still see their parents as superheroes when you're at that age. It's not until you become a disillusioned teenager when you stop seeing your parents as gods. At 10 years old, you still see your parents as gods because they still buying you birthday gifts and Christmas gifts and and all of this stuff. All right. So the 10-year-old is going to fuck up the plan. Let's just be honest. Think about it. When you were 10 years old, how many secrets did you keep from your parents? Exactly. None. You told the truth. You spilled your guts unless you were stealing. Okay, unless you were doing something to benefit you. So the 10-year-old is going to snitch. He needs to talk to the 15-year-old, if anything. Let the 10-year-old wait till the 10-year-old becomes of age and then let them figure it out. Talk to him then. Be like, look, I had to do this in order to save your life because mom and dad were just not getting along and the situation was dangerous. But right now, don't talk to the 10-year-old. Talk to the 15-year-old.
Here's
Because
another thing you've got to consider, babe.
Hold on.
Sorry,
the
babe.
10-year-old is going to listen to the 15-year-old. The 15-year-old has enough sense not to run back to the parents to run their mouths. Okay? So because Mello, let's tell the truth. Who's the one that calls you the most when there's a situation going on at the house? Is it the 15-year-old or the 10-year-old?
15.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you pull the 15-year-old to the side and be like, hey, look, understand something. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to save y'all lives. Mommy and daddy is going to be mommy and daddy. They're going to do what they're going to do. But understand this is getting volatile. They might mess around through an emotional situation. They might hurt you and little sis. So if there's a problem in the house, you call me. Just call me, but leave the house. Go somewhere safe where you nearby, but call me. That's when you call the house and be like, yo, yes, my sister called me. There's a fight at the house, blase, blase, blase. But don't leave your post. Let the police handle it. Come back, deal with it afterwards. Because I understand it's a family situation, but at the same time, you need steady employment. You need that money because you need to get up out of that house and you need to take your sisters with you. And the only way a judge is going to let you do that is if you have at least 2 police reports, 3 at the most. One time is an accident, second time's a trend, third time is a problem. If you've got at least 3 police reports to present to a judge, let's say you got a place, you now got a place. You now file a court, an injunction against your parents for temporary custody of your sisters. Okay, you present the police reports. They'll look at the police reports because, like Judge Judy said, everything within this square piece of paper is the only thing I care about. The rest of this shit is garbage. I don't care about your hearsay.
I'm gonna tell you a little secret, right?
Go ahead.
It's not always what you know, it's what you prove.
Yeah.
And here's the thing about it. And Mello already knows when we had that talk of what I would have done if I was called on scene. 1, get whatever paperwork needed. Get whatever report number needed. If you need help writing that shit, I write like Ernest Hemingway. I write immaculate. It's not like I haven't done it for almost 2 decades. Because 1, something's going to have to give. And I've already told people my philosophy on domestic violence. It's only going to end 2 ways. They kill you, you kill them. Especially when they won't leave each other alone and they won't live apart. What happens in these situations is that since they can't be functional adults, I'm taking my siblings with me. No, you can't come near them. Not till you get help. Not till you prove to me, prove to the courts, and prove to my siblings that you are functional damn adults. And then after the aftermath, I'm gonna tell you some real harsh shit. You're gonna have to get your sister some mental help.
Mm-hmm.
And two, you're gonna have to give yourself some mental help. I'm gonna tell you the truth, and I'm gonna be very honest. I don't cape for nobody. The only time I wear a cape is when I'm doing superhero shit. That's it. You can't take on so much darkness and think that you're unaffected by it.
True. Been there.
You feel me?
Mhm.
You can't take on so much darkness and think you're not affected by it.
Very true.
Because this is going to seep into whatever relationships you have with people, not just romantic, but with people.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to do a cleansing of yourself as well, because you're going to be no good to yourself or whatever future relationships or children you have. Because you're going to be jaded. People think that people in this red pill black manosphere space are jaded. No, we're realistic. I don't have morality. I keep telling people this. I don't have morality. I have a code. That's what keeps me tethered from being a nihilist.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have to come up there and admit some things that are your fault and admit some things that you had no power over. And for men, that is a very fundamental, hard thing to do.
Very.
But you're going to have to be open. Hell, even if you got to talk to me and we sit down for a few sessions and I'm going to be like, look, first thing you have to do is notice this. From 0 to 17, you're not responsible for yourself. From 18 on forward, it's all you.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing is acceptance. The first thing is accepting vulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you can't accept the fact that, yes, I was vulnerable and there's things that are outside my power, that's the first step of growth.
Can I interject real quick?
Go ahead.
Once you turn 18, once you become adult, I'm gonna tell you right now, there's so much stuff you have to unlearn what you've learned, because you'll find out that your parents lied to you, that they didn't get it right, they weren't perfect, and it's up to you as a self-sufficient adult to course correct yourself, to be who you want to be, not what they were trying to direct you to be.
To mold you into being. And I want to say this to Mello. Mello, I want to offer my ear and my shoulder also. You know, whenever you need to talk to someone and someone's not available, find me and get a hold of me.
Got you. I definitely talk to coach
And
about that.
I mean every single word. I'm talking to a man who went through a very abusive relationship.
Right. I
And that
appreciate
can happen. And that abuse can happen to a man at any time, anywhere, and any place from anybody.
In any shape or form.
Any way, shape, or form. It can be verbal, it can be emotional, it could definitely be financial, and it can be physical. And I took all four of those hits at once. I took all four of those hits at once.
And by the way, the people who abuse you the most share the same bloodline as you.
The same bloodline.
And I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna always tell you this: the first thing you should always know, you're not alone. It gets frustrating, but you're not alone. And this is the part when I would tell Sister George and Concrete Road, I don't hear these stories. It's not us convincing young men. If anything, the red pill convinces young men to give us one more day. We're convincing men not to be nihilists.
Yes.
We're convincing men to be utilitarian at best.
Yep.
Yeah, let me go when you finish, Charles.
Well, go ahead, AB.
To Mello, hang in there, young man, and listen to your coach.
Yeah.
He'll guide you through this. Man, it's a backup situation. Take some time to yourself, and if you have to, go get some therapy. Because this is
the therapy is going to be necessary.
This is not an easy situation to deal with.
Charles, make sure he gets my number. All right. And Mello, I will offer my services too. If you can't get a hold of Charles, I'll make sure he gives you my number. You can get a hold of me.
I appreciate it.
By
I'm
the
right
way,
there with y'all. Be
You're
real.
not going through it alone. You're a bright young man with a bright future, even though you're a 49ers fan. But anyway, God forgive you.
Wow.
I mean, it's not, it's once again, I got to reiterate. We're not keeping young men from relationships. We're telling young men to make better choices. Don't
Yes.
look at me and look at the finite, mistake-driven person that I am.
Mhm.
I'm okay with that because I grew. This is like I said when I made a meme of Batman when he took off the suit and you could see all the marks and bruises on his back.
Yes.
And I like to say the quote, "My scars tell a story. They tell you how much I've endured, how much I suffered, how much I healed, and also how much I triumphed."
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to manhood, kid. It does not get easier from there, but guess what? The triumphs are much bigger.
I'm already knowing. I mean, I've already done so much. You know, I've only been an adult for 2 years. And look, not many people can say I can walk around doing an armed job. Like I can't. I'm legal to carry now. I'm already doing more than what I was expected to do.
You got to realize. You got to realize. But continue.
Yeah, I'm already doing more than what I was expected to do at this age. Then on top of the fact, like, if I really wanted to go more, I could go back to school and do even more with that. But the thing is, how I'm trying to plan it out, I'm going to get somewhere where they're going to pay for my schooling, and I'm going to rock out from there.
Yeah, you got to realize.
I was gonna say, another thing, Mello, you can't. That's another thing you should learn too is that you can't save everybody, because that's another thing I struggled with.
Yeah,
is like I was trying to save people, and it really sometimes you gotta learn when to let go.
Mm-hmm. And that's
unfortunately, I learned that lesson a little too young.
That's gonna be the toughest thing.
Yeah, it's not easy, but you have to learn to leave people to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say this, and this is coming from big old strong me. It is okay to cry.
It sure is.
It is okay to cry. It's okay to be a little frustrated.
19.
And what's not okay is
crazy.
Is not to stay that way. It's to stay that way. That's what's not okay. There are going to be times in your manhood that you're going to shed tears.
Yes.
Right. You're going to shed tears for people that you close to you. You're going to shed tears for frustrating situations. You're going to shed tears from very traumatic experiences.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you from a personal standpoint, I'm still don't know how do I get the fuck out of bed out of all the 2 decades I've lived.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, and I'm not. Yes, I'm 41, but the last 2 decades, I'm just amazed. Like
you're not weak.
I should be in a nut house somewhere.
You're not weak.
The powers of
I'll
weak.
tell you, I've been in a psych ward, and it's no fun. Now, I was a little offended that they didn't have any restraint jackets, because I figured, hey, if I was going to be in there, I might as well entertain myself or something. But that's a.
Well, I mean,
I'm just
you
out
did
there.
go in under a chronic masturbation beef, so.
Wait,
I'm joking. Please don't get mad at me.
It's okay. It's okay. There's times where I do need to, rub one out.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault.
Hey.
It's not his fault to beat his penis like a Tyson fight, but we still love you.
That's ludicrous, Charles. That's ludicrous, man. I can't believe you just go right there, like right below the belt, man. That is just ludicrous. You go below the belt like that. I will say this though, at least I don't jerk off into a dirty sock or anything like that. Shit. Shit.
We understand you like your socks to be clean.
He just jerked off.
Actually, if I were,
this is Cartwright. Enjoy.
Actually, in my case, I just wrap it up because condoms. Easy, okay,
Oh
it's
my
easy
God.
because my OCD being what it is.
Oh
Hey,
my
I ain't got no shame in it.
God. Only here where we can make
I
tough
want,
stories and make it light again. Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
Yep.
but I
But
want to say
yeah.
also,
Anyway,
but
wrap it
also,
up,
Who wants
get
to
it
get something
out,
in next?
and
You
then
like
just
the
get
sauce,
rid of the
huh?
evidence.
You like the sauce? You like the
Mm.
sauce? Hey, Louis, she likes the sauce.
She liked the
So,
sauce. She liked the
but shout out
but
and respect
anyway,
to you, Mello. Shout out and respect to you,
yeah,
Mel, for sharing your story.
yeah,
You didn't have to do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Before.
Let me
Yeah.
Nah, I
let me
appreciate
share
it.
this with you, Mello.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, Charles is here for you. We're here for you. I'm here for you. Take it from a fellow where I can tell you the last 2 years, I don't know how the hell I get out of bed because I'm supposed to be in a box because I got diagnosed 2 years ago with stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
And he beat
And Duke University Cancer Center, the quote unquote most renowned cancer center in the United States, told my wife there's no chance. Told her to go home and get your affairs in order. And my beautiful Jody said, let me borrow Richard Pryor. Not in this motherfucker, you ain't. So we moved back here to Indiana. I got hooked up with my current cancer doctor. He made a phone call to Attila Nakib, and Attila Nakib looked me in the eye and said, we'll get this tumor out for you.
You're lucky.
April 4th of last year.
You're lucky. My dad, he's
my
got
mama's birthday.
cancer. It's
That's love
stage
right
4.
there.
It's inoperable
Yep.
because he's too old. It's inoperable. The surgery would kill him. Chemo would kill him. It's already spread to his bones.
April 4th of last year. Luckiest day of my life, aside of the day I married Jody.
My mother's 64th birthday of all days, Charles. Of all days, Brian. You had to do it on my mom's 64th birthday.
Well, your mom
My
gave
mama
me
says hi, by the way.
your mom gave me some spirit. All right.
Hey, she's 5'5" and doesn't take no mess. She's raised
I know.
4
I know
kids
it.
and she's doesn't fuck around.
That
Yeah.
I went in at 11:30 that morning. By 6:30, I was being wheeled into ICU. I saw Jody. I saw my in-laws. My brain said, we're good. And I went back to sleep. And since that day, been fighting my ass off to not only get in remission, but to stay in remission and to have myself completely clear, which led to February 15th of this year when we went into the doctor that morning. And Jody says we're waiting until April 4th to find out if we're in remission or not. And I got the blessing of a lifetime when Dr. Roganov looked at both of us and said, the remission has started.
No. Shout out to Bay. Shout out to McDrama Bear. Shout out to Andre Mayweather for the support. Yeah. And it's funny because, believe it or not, when Mello comes over, him, Rob, and myself have these conversations about relationships and shit. And when young men who are in their early 20s, late teens, don't want to deal with women because of what they see, this is what upsets me, because it just shows that you don't give a damn about what we think. Well, you got to be brave to be married. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Shout out to Ryan as well. No, you don't. No, you don't. You want us to take a fool's gambit instead of seeing if this shit benefits us. Think about this. What if you would have had a girlfriend right now, Mello?
Right.
Imagine if she would have said the wrong shit to you.
With everything that you're going through.
What'd you say, Mello? Yeah. It would have been. Go ahead.
Like,
I'm sorry. Finish.
yeah, I'd have got fucking heated. Excuse my French, but I'd have got heated. Like,
Yeah, we tough over here.
how you gonna tell? Yeah, I realize. But how you gonna tell me I should take like? First of all, you telling me stuff that you want me to do, but yet you're not gonna sit here and hear me. Like, I don't need your opinion right now. I need you to hear what I'm telling you. You feel what I'm saying? I'm venting to you because it's something that's on my mind. I don't want to hear your rebuttal. I don't want to hear any advice you got to give me. I need you to listen to me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here. You're not here to give me your opinion on the situation. You feel me?
So, Mello, I want to ask you a question, Mello. So, would you say that the women your age are undateable?
Yes, 100%. 100%.
That's all I needed.
And why would you say that, Mello?
Why would I say? Because they so caught up in the doing what everybody else is doing. You feel what I'm saying? Everything's just a joke to them. They don't take nothing serious. They don't have no real commitment in their life. You feel what I'm saying? Like, hell, most women in my age group, must heavy emphasis on that. Half of them don't know how to drive. Half of them don't have a good job. Half of them don't even have a job, period. You get what I'm saying? They bring me no value at all, but yet you want to sit here and use every nigga you come across for money, get pregnant by everybody who gives you a slightest bit of attention. Like, what the fuck? What am I going to do with that? Especially me personally, I got shit to do with myself. You feel what I'm saying? I have a goal. I want to get somewhere in my life. But you over here fucking with everybody else who just want to be a fucking hothead. Don't know no better. I know better. So why the fuck would I want to deal with you if you don't bring nothing, no joy to me? You don't bring no value to me. You don't bring shit beneficial to me.
Like I said.
Can I? Okay. Mello, at your age, 19 years old, you've got stable employment. You have a grown man's mentality. You need to date an older woman without kids. Or if you do date an older woman with kids, make sure that those children came about because of a failed marriage.
I would steer clear of single mothers.
I understand, but I mean,
yeah, I would.
But so if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But my thing is, you need to date a woman that's at least over the age of 28, for the simple fact that what you'll get, for the most part, you'll get a semblance of peace. You'll get a semblance of an adult relationship. All right. Never take her seriously, because do understand she's older than you, probably at least 10 at minimum. Right. You need a chick that's got her own place, her own car, and the only thing she expects out of you is some peace and some back blowing out.
But here's the thing.
If she's still fertile, she will baby trap that dude.
Well, that's why you wear condoms. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but here's the thing about that, Snow. But here's the thing about that, Snowman. As a man who's out here,
that's not Snowman.
But as a man who's out here dating among these women, that don't really mean shit, because they're just as mentally imbalanced as everybody else, and they have cars, they have a place to stay, but mentally they don't really offer much either.
Well, he doesn't need, he's not trying to date the chick seriously. What it is, you date her for peace of mind. So that way, what that does, when you date an older woman that's got her shit together, who's not expecting anything from you, you know, because Lala Anthony talks about that. Why are all these young dudes coming at me? Yeah, because they just want a chick that has zero expectations out of them. They can go ahead, both of y'all can get y'all rocks off. But as a young man, an older woman can teach you things about womanhood and relationships that a young chick that has no idea. She has no concept of what's going on. But an older woman will teach you that. And then that way, when the relationship is over and you go back to dating chicks of your own age, your own ilk, you'll have demands. You'll have rules. You'll know exactly what it takes in order to maintain that
You'll
shit.
know all their games and bullshit.
Exactly, because an older woman will teach you some shit that a young bitch will not. I'm telling you.
The thing about that,
you will come out on top. Just don't get her pregnant.
But the thing about that is that I have to call bullshit on that, because these older women want something too.
Exactly. Brittany Renner. Anybody?
I'd have to
What do
call
they want?
bullshit.
What do
I
they
have,
She
want?
got
What do
30
they
Hold on,
want?
hold on,
bodies.
hold on,
She is
hold on, hold
useless.
on, hold
I'm
on, hold on.
not.
Hold on. I'm gonna say this. One, this is the Faulkner philosophy. I think I need to do a show on just my pure philosophy and let Mello and Rob just interview me. I think I might do that tomorrow or sometime this week. I'll let them interview me. And
Streaming on my
when
channel.
oh yeah.
Cool.
I think that one, at 19, 20, men should be, when I mean dating, in my mind, when you date versus relationship, those are two different things. Dating, we go out, we enjoy each other's time, might be sexual, might not. Relationship, you all in. There's some older women you can really bang with, but I can't take her seriously because the fuck do you think I'm supposed to do? Because here's the problem with older women: they want to mommy you, they
exactly.
want to control you.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
Bay is right. They could teach you a lot of game when it comes to women and femininity. Period. Because there are a lot of shit that There's a lot of shit. What's up, Dr. Neil? Woo. Woo.
To be in
And
my, trust and believe, Mellow stays strapped up. You will not catch me lagging. I don't want no kids right now. I'm not catching nothing. I will stay strapped
What's your
up.
brand?
Smart.
Mello,
My
what's your brand?
And trust me,
Your brand of what do you rap?
an
I
older
use the,
woman is
the
not
Skims.
trying to have a baby by a younger dude. I can tell you
I
that
use the
right off rip.
Skims.
Which one? Wait, hold up, Bay. You say you skin?
Skins, yeah.
Which one?
Let me take one out my wallet right quick. The ultra thin.
Don't put them in your wallet. You fuck them up that way.
yeah, don't.
I had
We
it
know
in my
it's
car, but I went to see
just brush the dust off of it. Just brush the dust off of it.
No, as a condom connoisseur. Wait. Hold up.
He opened up his wallet and bats are flying out.
You know.
I know. There's a reason I'm saying this about Mello.
Because you never know. I just put it in my
Right.
wallet because I wanted to go see the chick
Mello.
the other day.
Hold on.
So
Mello, let me tell you something.
Right.
First of all, the fact that they're not the fact you're using skin, that lets me know that you know, they may cost extra because they're non-latex, but you got a good shit right there. That's a good shit right there. Especially if the skin large, because some of us on the thick side, we got to use the large ones. That's the one they got for us.
It's good to be dark skinned because I get the complimentary 3 inches. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be raw. Look, the when I dated an older chick, I always, and this was something that she did, finished in her mouth. I never finished inside of her, and she made sure I never finished inside of her. Although we almost had 2 kids, the second kid was a mistake, as was the first kid. But after that, after the first one, she you're
only
finished
because she
in my
spit.
mouth.
That's only because she spit.
No, she wasn't a spitter.
Wait. Was this chick on the oral sex diet? Because I'm gonna say this.
I was 25. She was 32. She got pregnant within the first 3 months of us messing around because I was a young dumb kid, and after that first scare, she made sure that I did not finish inside of her downstairs. Do you understand? The second one was an accident. It was outside in the front of the house, side of the porch type of situation.
Wrap your shit up, motherfucker.
Well, we wasn't supposed to have sex. We was in the middle of an argument.
Well, it was an accident. She tripped down the step, rolled over, landed on your dick, and oh shit.
No, I just didn't pull out. That was my fault. I just didn't pull out.
That nigga
I got story to tell from Mello.
But my point is, my point is, if you're dealing with an older chick who has her own shit, she got her own shit together. She is not trying to have a baby by a younger dude. Don't fuck with a ghetto bitch. Mess with a bitch that's upper class or middle class. You understand? If you're gonna go older, mess with a chick that's got shit to lose. But make sure you never finish inside of her, because only you know when you're about to let it go. Never finished inside of her. And trust me, she'll appreciate that. She'll never say it, but trust me, she'll appreciate that. But my whole point is do understand you're supposed to be just you're both getting your rocks off and you're learning game from her. You go ahead, you ask her questions, you be subtle, you ask her shit, you watch how she move, you see how she operate, you learn from that shit, you learn from experience, you learn the game from experience. I don't give a fuck what we say here on the fucking internet. You learn the game from experience. You can keep the information in the back of your mind, but learn from experience. But I'm telling you, by the time you hit 25, 26, before you hit 30, you'll already know what the fuck is up. And I'm telling you, bitches will, if you give them an inch, they'll take 10 miles. If you don't give them an inch, they will respect your gangster. Do you understand? Especially a chick that's going hard for you in the paint. If you are not her bitch, she will respect that.
All right.
I want to say one. I want to say.
Let me add one
thing,
more thing.
please?
I got you, J-Mar. Just one. Let me just say one thing real quick. Mello, regardless of how much money this broad makes, they're all 92s in lifestyle, but they're all 87s in the mind. In other words, they're all in the mindset.
Nice.
So do not put nothing past none of these broads. I don't care how nice the car is. I don't care how nice they're living. Do not trust their mindset. Their mindset is just as ghetto as because the crazy part is they came from the ghetto just like you did. They just did better, but they never lost the mindset. So no matter what age she is or how she's living, do not put nothing past her mindset.
And never nut in her.
Let me go ahead and step away because I got to get ready to take my daughter to work. Charles, let me thank you for allowing me to come up tonight, and I will make one final plea. If anyone can help a snowman out tonight, because there's a few things that's coming due. The Cash App is available. I appreciate you guys, and I will do a full chapter of Diary of a Mad Snowman talking more about Jody. I'm going to plan on it for tomorrow because I don't know my schedule and I don't know my daughter's schedule because I will be taking her to and from work since she works.
Drive safely.
All right, cool. Just let me know the link and I'll post it in my community and everybody watching could come over there and support.
You got it. Thank you. Thank you all so much. I love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. I'm gonna just tell you this. Mello's not a dumb boy. He Mr. Pretty Boy Swag turns down more than most gets on purpose. So he knows.
That's what's up. Whatever mindset you're doing, keep doing it.
Man, it's
I
crazy.
gotta say something to Mello. Sorry, Jay. Go ahead, Jay.
I wanted to say, like, the other thing you got to worry about, though, about these 30-year-olds and up chicks, though, is that all of them are kind of on that Ebby K. Williams shit, or
exactly.
You remember? And another part is that a lot of these chicks are usually their first child is in their 30s. They usually trying to have that last little run around beforehand. And I have to warn even my cousin and stuff about these these chicks like that's in their 30s, especially the early 30s. They will try to get a baby off of you, and because you're young and fertile, they will try to get your nut, and you have to worry about it because these chicks, it's not like the older days that when these chicks were older in their 30s that have kids or whatever the hell that they are going to they don't want to ruin their lives or some shit. It's like a lot of these chicks are they want to have their first kids, and that's why me at 28, I don't even really want to date any chicks around my age group or even near 30 because they're all trying to get to that finish line of having a kid already. They're really pushing that shit on you. So that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna, honestly, I say wait till her womb is dead. Like damn near you gotta mess with a chick. If you're gonna mess with a chick, basically mess with her when she's damn near 40 or something. Like when her womb is dead. Pretty much. Like exactly. Go for a cougar bitch because there's no point of even going for 30-year-old chicks because these 30-year-old chicks are acting like these 18-year-old chicks now today. Like what you're hanging around with. They're acting like that. They want these kids. And I'm like it's like I get where embrace villainy is coming yeah, it's coming from. But you got to look at the times today. These are a new breed of bitches,
Exactly.
and they will plot on your ass. And
That's
it's,
why
That's
you
all
that's
the
what I'm
never
saying.
nut.
That's exactly
You
what
want to
I
make
was
sure that
Basically,
womb
trust.
is
I
dead.
seen it
That's
firsthand.
why you never nut.
Hold
That's
on.
what
yeah.
I'm
Let
trying to say.
me.
You
Not
never
even.
nut in these chicks. You never
Hold
nut
on.
in these chicks.
Yeah, but
Hold
these
on.
chicks are still out here plotting. So that's why I said just
Yeah.
make sure her womb is dead.
Hold
Like,
on.
Can I
Yeah.
sum it up this way
Mello.
for you,
Hot
Jay?
sauce inside
Hold
the
up. Go
condom.
ahead,
Be one of
Mello.
them. I said I'm gonna pull a Drake and put the hot sauce inside the condom. You know what I mean?
exactly.
That's my boy. There you
Legit
go.
hot sauce in or some shit.
There you go.
But
Give
Put
her
the
a
hot
hot,
sauce on
a
deck.
hot bun. A hot
Yeah.
Give her to
When you
get
hear
a
her
hot
screaming,
phone.
ah, you did the right thing.
I heard you on the hotline.
He gonna have her in her
trust and
phone.
believe.
Some dudes use horseradish instead because so it doesn't get mixed up with what.
Yeah.
Some people use
Then I gotta
horseradish
deal with the
instead. But
smell then.
anyway,
Okay.
yeah.
I'ma just
Anyway.
say, she tried to put that shit in her. Number one, hot sauce and flush that motherfucker down. Hell, if you gotta get you a Ziploc bag, put your condom in it, put that shit in your pocket, and walk down the street, get a fucking lighter, burn that shit, put it in a dumpster. Fuck that.
Exactly.
Charles, why you gotta air out my business like that?
But what
Why you
Jay
gotta air out my
said,
business like that?
what Jay said is absolutely right. We're in different times now. You can't be looking for these chicks to be having some sort of honor or integrity. That's out the window. That's
Women
out.
Leon, look at it
never
this way.
Trust
Yeah,
me,
Women
Leon,
never
look
had
at it this way.
Like it's
Yo, yo,
Hold on,
I'm sorry to
you
interrupt,
gotta
but
let him. Hold on, Naaman, you gotta let him talk.
yeah. So like
No,
trust
that's
and
out the
believe.
window. You gotta be careful.
Trust and believe.
I'm not-
I'm already knowing. Like I've been seeing it firsthand. Like a couple of people I went to middle school with, I see them go down this path. Like they so eager to get a baby just for the nigga to leave them. Like you're not understanding what the issue is. Like y'all so caught up in going head over heels for niggas that don't got shit going for themselves to want a baby and baby trap a nigga. But the whole time they over there ducking the child support and ducking your messages every way. And now y'all trying to come over to me, which I got shit going for myself, and now you want to do the same shit to me? No, I'm not doing that.
Exactly.
Oh no, we love the fact that you light skinned with golden eyes in a car.
Exactly. But the thing about it is these chicks in they
Oh, he got the good hair.
Yeah. These chicks in their
Exactly.
30s, these chicks in their 30s just need your nut because they're just gonna use their money to take care of the kid. Because at the end of the day, these chicks are on some shit where they don't need the man to take care of the kid. The family, in these chicks today's minds, the family is her and the kid, not the man.
And no, don't get it twisted. A lot of these chicks actually are going like they fear dying alone or living alone, so they're really trying to get pregnant to try to keep the man
Yeah.
next to them too.
This
That's
is
another thing you got to worry
loneliness.
about.
They
So
have
it
a
is
kid
like
out
they
of
want to keep it. That's why I said Brittany Renner. She knew what the fuck she was doing with that PJ Washington dude, but she fucked up. But she really was trying to keep that dude as the last stand because she knew like after him, nobody's going after her. Nobody's gonna deal with
Yep.
her.
Exactly.
And she really just had that kid just to try to keep him. Don't forget that. That's why I'm
Yeah.
like, you gotta. These new women today, they're different, dude. Remember, I'm just only like 10 years older than you, so I'm telling you what the fuck is going on. You see what the kids are going on. I mean, the girls at your age is. I'm saying it like right now. These girls act like your chicks, your age of group, women are doing today. They all are the same basically. So that's what I said. It's honestly it's like 40 and up. You go for the cougar bitches. That's what it is. The ones with the dead womb. When you knock on her stomach, you hear like like a big ass stone in that bitch. That's when you know like that's perfect.
Well, them eggs
I got
are
a story to
completely
tell,
died
actually.
off. Them eggs is
Here,
completely
too,
died
like a
off. That's
motherfucker.
who you need.
Exactly.
I got a story to
deal with
tell
older
for
chicks.
y'all, if y'all can hear me for a minute. First of all, just to sum up what y'all been telling Mello, basically, watch your step. A lot of these chicks trying to go at it. They used to go at it securing a baby, like Kobe trying to secure, a championship ring. Nowadays they're going about it like Karl Malone. More often than not, they come up short. With that being said, when I was like Jay's age, because Jay, you're 28, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. When I was 28, I was seeing a woman who was about like she was 27, about to turn 28, and the whole time I was messing with her, I insisted on using condoms, and I was new to the area, and I didn't know where to find condoms at the time. So, and finding condoms was a story in itself. But I remember one time she came up to me and said, "What would you say if I got on the pill so you don't have to use a condom?" I'm gonna let y'all sit on that question for a minute.
You walked the
Still
fuck
use a
away.
condom.
You walked the fuck away from that bitch. She's plotting.
She is.
It was a white, and yeah, well, and plus she white, so that's the funny thing.
She definitely plotting.
Yeah, I know, because we had a conversation about mixed race kids and shit like that.
Oh no.
But I thought I'd have a kid with her, but I thought not under that circumstances. You know, I looked at her and said, first of all, if you want to use whatchamacallit, I have no problem with that. But me, I insist on using condoms right now because I am not comfortable right now. I am not going to be irresponsible with my dick. If you're uncomfortable with it, you know, and I explained my thought on it, even though I didn't really understand what it was. But then again, this is the same chick who asked me, how about you stay with me, move in with me? Because I was still going through like issues with my immigration shit because I'm up here in Europe, first of all, folks. And if I stay with her, I could have been could have gotten on the fast track to citizenship, but there was a risk in that. So I said, nah, I can't do that. I might end up being a legal dependent on you. That could put me in put you in a bad spot. I'd rather earn my citizenship the hard way. Let's just say it didn't last that long, the relationship that is. And in hindsight, I'm kind of glad I didn't. I mean, the way, and of course, you know, the simp in me came out. This is before I was red pilled, but the simp in me came out because, you know, I had mental health issues and had unresolved abandonment issues. But eventually I came to terms with it and understood, yeah. Also realized it turned out that this bitch is actually a narcissist. So I really dodged the bullets. Hell, I've dodged plenty of bullets. There was one time where I got involved with I almost got involved with a single mother.
Nigga, you think you dodge bullets? Shit, I dodge bullets like this.
Charles,
I dodge bullets like this.
What? Let me ask you, Charles. Did any of those bullets have come from the herpes type caliber?
Just trust me. I'll tell you what type of bullets I dodge when I start my Patreon.
I ain't bullshit, but I will say this to Mello, and I got to talk about this because one of my dudes, he was involved with a woman who's not only was her womb dead, she even had her tubes tied after she had her last kid. But the problem was
she had a tubes for a leg lock.
Yeah, she had a tubes tied after she had her last kid, and when he got involved with her kid was like 6 or 7 at the time. But this kid had but she had older children from her previous relationship. Most of them when they're in the 20s. And the dangers in that situation could be like, you know, like you could say something, especially if those kids are living in the house with her. Next thing you know, Mello and them can end up, especially if she has a son or something like that, who's like around Mello's age.
Oh, that nigga need to
He
know.
might want to throw down with Mello. Yeah. He might want to. He's gonna look at Mello like you can catch his. If you gonna say something, watch how you talk about my mom, or you're gonna catch his hands. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, then I'm gonna fuck your mom tonight.
That's
what I was telling him. You doggy fucking your mom tonight.
No. That's why I say to stay out of those situations because my man almost got into some shit and almost got his paperwork fucked up in the process.
Are y'all seeing this? Apparently, this guy Kevin Wesley did an interview with that raggedy pudgy 6 bitch and the Indian guy. Date refuses the Cheesecake Factory. Full exclusive interview. He's got both of them on the couch. I have to do a review on this. I'm sorry, Charles. I have to leave you.
All right. It's cool, nigga. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I'm about to get ready for work tonight, folks. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you in a bit or hit you up on DMs, Mello. Right. Thank you. Oh yeah. By the way, everybody stay for the outro. Everybody loves this outro for a minute for some reason. I wonder why.
Ooh, okay then.